a little harvest. Today we're going to be doing some more air layering on a bunch of different fruit trees at my friend Eli's house. But first we're going to do a little harvest. So a bunch of tomatoes are starting to get colored. We got a problem with just this rotting down here. I don't know what it is. And it's on all the tomatoes. And it happens most of the time, but I think this year we're getting hit hard because I planted the things in the same place they were last year, which I guess isn't a good idea because they can get diseased much easier. Got some ladybugs on the way coming to help out right here, and mainly on our watermelon because I'm really hoping to get some actual watermelons this year. These are gonna make it, but our Centropic farm at least is looking pretty well. Anyways, back down here. So let's start right here. Our big purples. So these are not quite red. They're purple. Oh, I think this could use a little bit longer, but you know, it'll ripen off the vine. But these are like kind of more purple tomatoes, and they're pretty big. They're cool. They're like pink actually. I think this one down here is almost ripe. And we'll leave them off the vine a little bit until they turn like fully colored. But they don't get red. These ones, they get kind of like a purplish pink. I don't really know if they're ready. Like, it looks like an apple. That one looks like an apple. We're gonna be getting a lot of purple varieties. We got another one down there growing, and that's just a crazy size. That's insane. Let's get some stripies. A bit orange, but you know, it's good to have some color variety in there. And always, like, you can pick them green and they'll ripen, just like passion fruits. You can. I mean, I picked one green and it's actually starting to somehow ripen. I don't know how that works, but it is continuing to change color and shrivel up. Harvest them in clumps because I like to use like a certain amount at once. Like, this could go on for a little bit more, but I just want to harvest it now so that I can use them all together in a salad or a stew or something. Like, look at those. Those look really nice. Those look like the store shape, but they have the taste of a backyard garden. A bunch of these I just found, they just dropped. I guess these don't really get red. I actually like them orangish yellow, and they're a bit more orange in real life. But I gotta get inside because it's actually starting to rain, which is cool because I don't need a water now. Squash too. Rain. It's actually it's really helping out. It's a good thing that we got a little bit. Looks like it's helping out the Logan actually a bit. The cool temperatures are doing good for it because it was getting heat scorched, I think. It was something with the soil that was causing its leaves to dry up, but just, you know, having no sun is good. Tropic farm, it's doing great. Coffee is starting to look much greener, and those, well, I don't know if these are rooting yet. Oh yeah, it's kind of rooting. There's not much roots going on down there. I think they're alive in the pineapples. The Buddha cob is growing pretty well. Mango, but apparently I could have planted even more. Like, I could have planted even denser. I watched some videos of like actual Brazilian planting, and like, I think we can get something here, like another tree, like one of our grafts or clones. They're not gonna be too big, and we'll probably put like a small one, like a strawberry guava. Well, they get a bit big, but they'll grow up and they'll be taller than the bananas. I could have planted like something there in between them. Something like there, like two things there probably, something there and there. Like, we could have had like a papaya there, a chaya there or something. Probably like so much more stuff in between here. Just like, it could be whatever. Like, we could put eggplant there, we could put some kale just on the ground like this, and that's how Centropic planting goes. Like, we'd put like 4 things right here. Mulberry, who knows, like, just crazy stuff. We're not gonna do that quite yet because I'm out of money, so whatever we're gonna plant is probably just gonna be grown here. And they also are pretty mature. You don't want to do this like when they're this big. You want to do it when they're growing very small, from like a small limb graft or even from seed, and you just grow them very small, like this size for the plants, or this size at the most, and just grow them up from there. But since we already got like some tree-sized things in here, we're not going to do that. Also, learning about kiwis, and I think we're probably going to try and get one. You need to have 2, the Anna and the meter, which just is the two male and female, basically. And I found some cheap ones, so we might put some down right here, but that means I'm going to have to take out that grass. One more thing, what we might do with our strawberry guava is we could put it right there, because we can't put anything here because the gate opens, But I think we can fit one right there, and since we're doing this in tropically, like, it's, we could do a lot more than I thought we could. Every time, it just keeps surprising me how close you can plant stuff. It's crazy. But anyways, I gotta get out because it's starting to rain right now. Okay. This is a plum.
I don't know if there's any on it right now.
Wow.
Let's see. Hang on.
So we're at Eli's house right now. He has a bunch of fruit trees all over.
It's big enough to pick yet, but
This is big enough to air layer, but I already got one.
that's lemon. This huge one here.
Okay, we can air layer that.
Apple, Fuji apple.
Oh yeah, we can do that one
And
too.
then the guava tree in the back.
Wow.
And then this is the dwarf orange tree right here.
Wait, hold on. Let me see this. This is huge. This is great. It looks like it's doing healthy.
And then that
There's
one
the
there's
bananas.
a little dwarf orange tree.
So for this, I'd put some more, like, I'd soak it up a bit more on the, like, all the way around too. So this is one of the pups on our dwarf. And you got tomatoes here too. Oh, look, there's a little ring necked up. Dwarf orange. Okay.
So the orange is a normal size. It's just a tiny tree.
All right. Okay, this is cool. All right, so just like in the last episode, take our bag and we're gonna fill it up with some of the peat moss, and then our perlite right here. Handful of this, and we'll just mix this up. Just like this. All right, just we could fill it up.
The whole
with,
bag?
Okay, that's good. So you wanna fill this up and soak it because it's gonna be sitting for a few weeks without any actual water. So just squeeze it out so that all the water touches all of the soil, and then we'll seal it. Make sure that there's no air. There we go. That's our bag. Knife here so that we don't get any bacteria in the tree. And that should be good. Okay, let's go to the tree. Okay, so we're gonna take about 2 inches off right here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut all the way around. Try not to hit any of those nodules. Okay, that should be good. So then we're gonna take the knife and cut down just like this, pretty deep. We're gonna need to get to that white part of the wood and see we can almost there. See, is that it? Yeah, see how we can, whoops, peel the bark off. I don't have rooting hormone, so I'm using aloe vera as usual. And basically what this does is it's a hormone that kind of like makes the tree be like, oh, we should put out some roots. And I've used it on the other cuttings. Don't know how well it works. There's a bunch of different ways you can make your own rooting hormones. All right, down here, bag. We're gonna cut this open, and then we'll take a piece of string, tie around to the bottom. And you can do this with like pretty cheap materials in lots of different ways. I've seen people use, we're using bags to hold the soil. I've seen people use like a Tupperware or like a plastic container. And then we're gonna try to wedge this as far as we can into here, kind of like a hot dog. And we want it to seal pretty well. Try and get on top. It's hard to make it go on the top because of just, the shape, and it's gonna drip out. And then we will seal this as tight as I can. Just like that. Oops, watch out. Got covered in mud the last time I did this. Okay, yeah, that's perfect. We squeeze some of the excess water out. We don't want it to be too drippy. Water the base of the tree. Okay. And then we'll finish it up. I'll wrap it around like this. And we'll tie it off tight. Just like that. And there we go. Leave that for, well, we'll try 2 weeks, and we should get some roots coming out. Alright, so I just peeled this off, so we're gonna just cut into it a little bit, wound the tree, and we'll put on the aloe vera and put on our root bag. Just getting a cutting of the dwarf orange. We're not gonna do it air layer. This one looks good. And then let's see, any more, where was the other one? Right here looks good. Right here, right below the bud. Always cut it below the bud. I'll just get 2 of these. And we'll go home and we'll clone these later. We're gonna do the guava now. Okay, so right here, cutting out our guava. And oh yeah, this bark, it feels okay. It's a little bit flaky, but feels very nicely, and it's nice and shiny underneath right there. Okay, we got our guava air layer on, and we're gonna go to the plum. Alright, so for the plum here, we're gonna take one of the newer branches, like that. And we're also gonna we'll take kind of a little bit older. This one's a little bit more wood textured. Oh, that's a bit large. Is there any, let's see. We'll take the end of this one right here next to the wood texture, because I wanna see if we can get anything growing from that part of the plant. Alright, and that's it. Alright, well, this has been some air layering and cloning in Eli's backyard. Thank you, Eli.
Yeah, of course.
Shout out to your channel. What is it called?
Throttle FPV. I fly drones.
If you like drones or biking or cool like cinematic videos, check out his channel. It's in the description. Alright, we also got a huge bag of lemons, courtesy of Eli's giant lemon tree. And we'll try these out. The skin is really sweet, and this is what will be growing in a few years. Okay, so I ran out of cups, so we just got one of these containers, and it's a lot bigger, so there'll be more room for a root structure to develop and more nodules for the roots to come out of. So let's do the dwarf orange first. I'm just gonna rip this whole branch off. We're just taking off this part. And we are gonna strip it of all the leaves except for, we'll save 2 at the top. Let's see if that will, oh yeah, that opens up a great space. The roots come out. And I still haven't gotten rooting hormone, so I guess we're doing this the old-fashioned natural way, which is pretty good because we're trying to stay away from too many chemicals. There looks to be a worm eating this leaf, so we'll take this whole thing off. But we'll leave these 2 leaves on, and what we're gonna do, the bud's already cut, right there at the below. We're just going to wound it a little bit all around, and this is a good one because it's right next to like where two structures seem to come out, 2 branches. So hopefully we'll get something good coming out of that. Then we'll cut diagonally at the tip, just like that. And let's see, we'll cut the 2 leaves just like this so they stop growing, but they'll still preserve that moisture. And that's it. Okay, let's do the other one. We're going to strip the leaves. And for our rooting hormone, we're also using apple cider vinegar again. I'm just gonna switch off and on between those 2. Let's cut right here. I wanted to do this one shorter. They're not meant to be too long. That's for air layering and stuff. Okay, cut it just like that, and always make sure you sterilize your knife before you cut into that bark. Just like that. So hopefully it'll keep the moisture in for a while. These leaves will probably shrivel up and die eventually, but for now they should be good. Okay, just dip that rootstock area around and put it in. Looks like we can get to that nodule. Looks like there's some spikes coming out and not really, there's some leaves coming out there, which means hopefully we might actually get some roots since it's underground. Alright, so the other things, we got our plums right here. We'll go ahead and do the same thing. One of them is more wooded, it's a little bit more mature, and you can tell it's, oh wow, I just stripped that whole thing off. And you can tell these are a bit different. They kind of look more like peaches or nectarines or even apricots. They're more of that kind of variety. And this one we're gonna take all leaves off. Actually, we're gonna do both of them all leaves off. Just certain trees I like to do all leaves off for, but like the ones that are more greener, like the lemon, the citrus basically, I kind of like to do them with the leaves on so that they don't dry out. Alright, so we'll wound the bottom, and I decided to just do that on all of them because it just seems like you'd be more likely to get something out of it. And we'll take it up about like 6 inches, and we'll make our cut right there. We'll use the apple cider vinegar, and we'll put this one in the cut. Alright, that's good there. Next one, same thing. Actually, this one it's not wound since it's greener. We don't want it to lose. I just said I wasn't gonna do that, but we'll just try it. See what happens. Okay, and we'll cut right here. Let's get a few buds on this one. Oh, this one we can take it even higher. 2/3 would be probably right there, so that means we could cut up to here. Let's get right above, right on this bud. We're gonna cut right on the bud. Hopefully that will open up a space for, you know, some more leaves to grow out. And we'll put it in this this soap one. All right there. Okay, that's it. I gotta tag them up now. All right, here they are in our our cloning collection right here, which is just rapidly expanding, and lychee right here, just it's making leaves. I'm gonna put it in a pot soon, but I'm going fishing tomorrow, so hopefully I'll make a cool video of that. Hopefully we'll catch some stuff, and yeah, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next episode. Just a note, the 50 subscriber, we're doing a special episode for that. I'm going to do a room tour, which is going to kind of explain what this channel is about and like what we're doing, because it's getting kind of crazy. There's Minecraft, there's cloning, lots of random stuff, cooking, who knows what's going to go on this channel. So that'll clear a few things up.